Hi, I'm Niamh with Air Million. I'm joined by the gorgeous Kodaline today. Guys, how are you?
Very good.
Well,
Thanks for calling
us.
We've never been called gorgeous before, but that's cool.
We're taken aback by that.
It's the Northside jeans. I have it as well. So your much anticipated video for Love Will Set You Free, directed by the fabulous Courteney Cox, is released today. What kind of reaction are you expecting from it?
Hopefully a good one. It's the first video that we didn't really have a story to. We just kind of flew some friends and the lads' girlfriends and fiancés to LA, and we just kind of had fun for 3 days. Just ate food, drank on the beach, and had a laugh, and we'd set up some cameras. It was really natural, and that's kind of really.
She kind of shot the video like there was cameras running all the time, and we were just really chilled out and just hanging out. And she wanted to kind of capture our personalities, which I think she did.
So it was something more personal to you guys than something before. Let's say like your video for Ready, which was totally out of the blue, different. Can you tell me about that?
You know, we always try to do something different with our videos, but for Ready, it's kind of one of the weirdest stories for us. We found that video when it was completely finished, but it was done to a different song and it wasn't going to get released. But once we put our song to it, it just worked so well, we kind of had to have it, and we kind of set as many emails in motion as we could to try and get it off whoever had made it. And it turned out it was McLovin, and it was just, it fit really well with what we were doing, you know?
That's his real name. That's on his birth certificate. Yeah.
Did you actually get to meet him at all?
No, unfortunately we didn't know. We didn't get to meet him at all. We met on Twitter. That was about it.
Yeah, we chatted to him a bit over emails and stuff, and we were chatting to the director, but we never got to meet him. I think we're going to invite him to a show in LA or something. And
that'd be kind of sweet. That'd be sweet. So your upcoming tour, what are you most excited about, or what even city are you most excited to visit?
Dublin.
Well, obviously.
Dublin, yeah. We can't wait.
We played the Now 3 Arena, not Paddy's Day just gone, the year before, and we just had such an amazing night, and since then we've kind of wanted to do like an arena again, so it's nice to come back and do it. And the tours, it's our biggest tour to date. So we go to America first, and then we do that tour, so we really can't wait.
And is this your first US tour? Because I believe that Jay broke your arm last year and it was cancelled.
We had this is our second American tour this year. Only this year. Yeah, we've been a few times. Every time we go back to America, it grows and it gets bigger. The gigs now are like a couple of thousand each night. Well, 2,000 to 3,000.
Yeah, it's been a very natural growth in America, you know. Yeah. The whole thing for us, we've always been kind of following the music, and the music has gone and done a lot of the legwork for us, and we're still going to places that are new to us, which is amazing. You know, this whole American tour, it's going to be cities that we've still never been to, so it's incredible.
Vibes then.
Are we going to Miami?
I don't think so. We never get to Miami. It's
my
always
bucket list.
one
of the things on my bucket list is to just like go through Miami listening to Will Smith's Welcome to Miami. Yeah.
Irish singers and bands have a very distinct sound. We can't be found anywhere else. Do you think it's important for the likes of you guys, Key West, Gavin James, to remain faithful to the roots and not get taken in by, you know, Hollywood and everything else that goes along with it?
I think it's kind of an Irish thing to, you know, unless you're Bono, who's just Bono, but he can do what he wants. He's a legend. I think everybody's so grounded, you know, all the Irish musicians. Like we met Glenn Hansard there. Jay's known him for years, but we did Ed Sheeran let us guest at his gig in Croke Park, and that was my first time meeting Glenn Hansard, and I was just blown away by how humble he was.
Yeah. The second you hear him singing in a room, it's like that's exactly the record that you've heard forever.
The whole room goes quiet.
I think most people, like Ed Sheeran as well. He's not well. I think he's half Irish, but he's ridiculously humble and down to earth, and he's not phased or changed at all by his success. You know, Gav James, you know, he's the most Irish-looking person I've ever seen in my life. But you know, he's down to earth. He's just a lad.
We tour a lot with Gav James, so like
on our tour bus in America, every night, like my bunk was right beside his, so we'd be like
just share a bunk,
gazing into each other's eyes.
Morning, the first thing they see is each other, looking at each other.
He used to serenade me going to sleep. Go to sleep. It was kind of creepy, actually.
Me, man.
Bro, really?
Yeah.
Well, he was making contact with me, eye contact. It was weird.
Cheat on you, Steve.
Yeah.
Making skin contact with me.
Oh right, skin on skin.
Lucky.
Any clothes?
Too
Naked?
much information.
Come here. When you are not busy being Kodaline, what do you like to do in your downtime?
Try not be Kodaline.
Do everything we can.
Not
Do everything we
Kodaline.
can not to be Kodaline.
I don't know. Like I like playing football.
I'm playing football later.
Oh, where are you playing?
Alsa.
Is there space?
No.
Oh, you still have gone to the Alsa Club?
There could be.
If there's space, I'll play.
No, I understand. Like, you still like going to your local. Like, you hang around with.
Oh yeah.
These are just regular guys at the end of the
same
day.
group of friends. Like we have kind of a large group of friends that are all mutual friends, and we go to the pub whenever we're home. A few pints of Guinness in our local in Swords, and just kind of hang out there. Like, you know, it's just you travel so much and you're always on the road and you're kind of doing mad stuff. So it's always kind of nice to get back and just like talk shite with your mates. Like, you know.
I think any band that we've ever toured or met, they've all kind of stayed kind of humble, or stayed kind of.
You know, it's a very Irish thing. You know, the indie kind of band development, the way the Frames do it, the way De Laurentiis have done it. There's always just been that strong kind of Irish, we're gonna do this culture, and it's brilliant. It's still there, and it's gonna last.
Steve, I have to ask you about the busking ban and the new bylaws that came in. You fought really, really hard for that. What do you think of the outcome?
I think it's pretty cool.
What was the outcome?
What was the outcome? We've been touring so much.
Okay, well, there's the whole sound decibel thing that they can't go
Oh,
above
you can't go over a certain level. Yeah.
And now you have to basically book a space on Grafton Street.
Do you know
And pay for it.
that's how they do it?
You have to have
License.
a license as well.
Yeah,
I thought that was always kind of.
You know, the way they do it in the UK is brilliant.
and New York.
Yeah, in that it is kind of regulated, and I think it needs to be regulated. But obviously, for us, like getting up as a kid and starting on Grafton Street, it's one of the things that you used to just be able to do. And
Yeah.
I don't think they should ever stop people just getting on the corner in Temple Bar and just singing a few songs. But if you are going to be one of those bands that sets up, uses amps, and if you do something organised that's going to cause a bit of an obstruction, it does kind of need to be regulated. But you know, I think the regulation is just going to make the music better.
It's incredible. Like if you go to New York
Jay.
and you're in the
Rescued Steve there.
Thanks, man. But no, if you go to New York and you go to the subway and stuff like that, because it's regulated over there, the quality of the performances is unbelievable.
It's like going to a gig on a street corner.
Yeah, I mean, you just come across some incredible musicians or singers.
I'm kind of the opposite. Like I like when you're approaching Temple Bar, you can kind of hear the sound of drums and bass kind of from a distance. Then when you get closer, you kind of hear more. So I kind of like I like how lively it is for the street. I suppose it's probably bad for like people who have shops right beside it, that kind of stuff. But as a musician, I think
There's
an
still gonna be buskers though. It's just gonna be
yeah.
regulated, which is cool.
I think it's part of the Irish culture as well, and I think we still need to encourage young people to take up music. What do you guys think?
Oh, big
Oh,
time!
it's most
yeah.
important. Yeah, it's great.
It's like Ireland is like it's renowned for like music and creating and producing fantastic singer-songwriters and bands and stuff. Like there's a musical instrument on our passport. Like, you know, there's a reason why music is so important to the people of Ireland. Like, you know, so anything that you can do to kind of encourage that, it's just.
I think it's great as well that in the past few years that BIM has started. You know, and there's actually it's becoming something that you can do after school. So like you can do music for the Leaving Cert, and it used to be that you could go to Trinity and study like classical music and stuff, but it's totally different to pop culture. Whereas now they're actually, I don't know if you can necessarily teach it, but they're certainly doing a fantastic job.
It's actually incredible. I actually went for an audition for BIM, and I went in and I played High Hopes and All I Want and some of the songs that ended up on our last album, but I decided not to do it then because we got a record deal and stuff. But yeah,
Poor thing.
but no, it was funny. It was funny because I was sitting in there and I played the songs, and then the guy's reaction wasn't very good. It's kind of like, okay, yeah. It's kind of weird.
You have to take the negative criticism, which you guys have had, like especially with the release of your last album. I understand that you've got a lot of negative criticism. How do you deal with something like that?
You know, I think coming into
We
this
just
record,
egg everybody's house.
Find out where they live.
Find out
Yeah.
where they live, egg them.
coming to this record, we were just a lot more in the public eye than on the first time. So I think we just got a lot more feedback straight up. You know, whereas it kind of trickled in on the first record. There was a lot of good and negative feedback for the first record as well. It's just, I think it all came at once, which is brilliant. We had so much positive feedback online as well. You know, the fan base that we built up over the last 2 years just absolutely loved the new record.
See,
And
the most important,
it's been great for us, you know.
The most important thing is just playing live. You know, for us, people come to our shows, and you know, they come back to our shows, and we're playing all over the world now. At the end of the day, like somebody who's reviewing an album, I don't want to generalize here, but you know, I just get the idea that somebody's sitting there and they're reviewing CD after CD after CD after CD after band after art, you know, just all day, and like maybe they don't properly listen to the music. It's probably like, remember that one word or 2 word review we got? What was it? It's like Spinal Tap. Shit sandwich. Yeah, it's weird. So we don't really pay attention to reviews, basically. We just kind of focus on our live shows and people who genuinely love our music.
You know, music's so opinionated anyway. If you're having a bad day, you're going to not like a song, and that's not really reflective on the music.
So for young people starting off their journey in college, but, you know, they want to actually go into something like what you guys are doing, do you have any advice for them?
You know,
College.
I dropped out of college.
So did I.
But seriously,
Stay in school.
Take 2.
Stay in schools, kids. Yeah. God.
you know,
it's all about how much time you put into it,
Yeah.
I suppose. And it's kind of like, you don't, like, let's say if you're a business student and you love music, you don't necessarily have to study music to do what we're doing. You just have to love music and keep writing as much as you can.
I always knew that I didn't want to study music, like music theory and all that, so I kind of didn't do it. But yeah, if BIM was around, I definitely would have went to it, you know. I almost did, because it does actually give you a good insight into the industry, you know, both sides of it, music, songwriting, and then the management side and labels and even everything, really.
You know, like Irish music education has come so far. Like even just in the 5 years since, like, we've not had the opportunity to go for our lovely CAOs again. But you know, just the options that are actually available now are incredible. I remember having to go to London for auditions, and they're the only things that were doing anything like what you wanted to do. Whereas now you can just stay in Ireland, and you can go to Cork, you can go to Galway. There's still great courses everywhere, and you know, it's all about just being there, meeting the people that are also interested in the music, because it's not about the classes you go to, it's about the people you meet and the kind of relationships you make along the way, because they're the people you end up playing in bands with and making music with.
Perfect. Guys, that's all we have time for, but we're really looking forward to seeing you back in Dublin in December, and tickets will be available. Perfect.